Hello everyone, it's D'Angelo Danny. Today is September 22nd, 2024. Around, let's say just a little bit after 12 a.m. A lot has happened in the past few days. Um, Recently it's weird. I don't know. So, I had this thought. So my last video, I talked about how I wanted to do better and finally stop feeling bad for myself. And I decided to post a video on TikTok. It was about my living style and how shitty it is. Not only, how, not just how it is, but also um, how I live my living space and my sleeping space. I did it so I can be more honest with myself and just. I think I need to put myself on blast because I think I've never not done anything I'm not supposed to do until I got put on blast. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I don't know, it was a weird thought. I was just like, you know what? I need to do better. So I took a video and posted it on TikTok of my room, how dirty it is, how I have like food, like I have like old food hanging around, trash everywhere, trash cans, bottles of piss. Even doing this now makes me feel really bad. Just about everything. I just feel ashamed, but I think I need to. I really want to just be open book and then go from there. Because I feel like I've been hiding just everything about myself. Weirdly, I feel like it's freeing. Well, I know it's embarrassing and I feel sick. And I didn't want to even look at TikTok. Like, I didn't want to look at the comments because I got 240 something views immediately from posting it. But weirdly, it wasn't what I thought. Cause like normally I hear people on TikTok are really mean, but when I looked, everyone was really nice to me and they treated me well, or they said nice things to me, and it really meant a lot. So I think I'm gonna continue with this little journey I'm going on, and hopefully I can come back to these videos and maybe remaster them, right? When I have actual time and I can really share my story, my real story, because I feel like there's just stuff I miss out. But yeah, that was like yesterday when I did this all. I didn't think about talking about it, but it was just so weird. I think I just did it at the spur of the moment. I think it was a good thing. One person said that acknowledgement is the first step to getting better, and I think that's really true. I know I've been acknowledged that I had a problem, and, but I think that day I just felt like I was done just being sorry for myself and being the sorry person. Cause I've been called that a lot. When I was younger, I was like maybe 12 or 13, and I guess my grandfather sent me to Florida to hang with my aunt with my sister. Like me and my sister both went down to Florida, um, and we stayed down there. And I remember one time we were talking, and I guess my aunt called us sorry, and I started crying because how she said it is just like she say this to her own grandkids or her it felt really hurtful because it felt like they weren't even trying to understand our predicament, understand what what our life is like, how shitty it is. and like I cried, and I felt really bad, and I felt like I've always felt like me and my sister have been the runts of the family. I don't know about my sister, but definitely me. I feel like I just don't fit in with my family at all. And neither side of my like mom's side, like my okay, so my mom's side of the family is just really fucked up. I don't really know much about my dad's side of the family. They seem okay and they seem together, but they always have their moments where they're. But for the most part, they're just so weird. It was just like my mom's side of the family is just so nasty and mean and cruel to each other, and especially like my mom's, like my grandmother's side, they're just really mean and really nasty. And I guess that's a story for another day. But my mom is my mom is staying with my sister because my sister got kicked out not too long ago. My aunt came to visit. That's another story. I'm probably gonna say that another day too. But basically, just to sum it up, is she's staying at my aunt's, like my mom's, my grandmother's sister's house. My mom is paying rent to live there, and I guess since my sister was there, my aunt came to the house, and she got my mom. She was like arguing with my mom for my sister to give her $200 for being there, and I don't know. And I guess they're trying to find somewhere else to go. Or at least my sister is. My mom's gonna move in with my aunt, which I don't think is a good idea because she got kicked out before. Like, my mom has a lot of mental health problems. And she's getting older now, where it's like her body is starting to. I wouldn't be surprised if she died soon. I know that kind of sucks to say, but it's true. And there's gonna be just so many things. There's just so many unresolved shit. So much unresolved shit with my mother, and like just my parents in general. Where it's just they never once have ever told me sorry I'm a piece of shit, or like sorry I didn't give you the life you deserve, or just And I feel like I carry that weight because if they were sorry they'd do better. You know what I mean? Or they'd try to do better. And I guess it's too late now since I'm 23 years old. And it's like, what can you do? You're in your 50s. Like your life is basically like you're middle age now. You should already be doing what you should be 10 years away from retirement type of thing. And I just feel like my parents are just like, I just feel like I was born to fail, which kind of sucks to think about, but it's true. I really just feel like no matter what I do, I just I feel like I just fall right back into that hole where it's just like you're gonna fail anyway because your parents are failures. And I know it's not true, but it's like all like I've never really met anyone like I don't know anyone in my family that's really actually successful. They're not doing like I never met a genuine good person in my family. Like everyone in my family does some shitty shit. Like just anyone I'm related to does some really shitty shit to each other, and it's just or there's always something you can nitpick. Or I don't know. Maybe it's just me being super weird. I don't know what the word is, but it's like I feel like any person. Well, humans aren't perfect in general, but it's like you know what I mean. There's not like people like when I meet like a person like me, I feel like I try to do my best for my future. Oh, I guess not. It's like when someone is relying on me, like I always give, especially if I care about them a lot, I always try to give whatever I can. I've done that for my sister-in-law multiple times when I was supposed to be saving money for school and like trying to get my own place so I can live there and not be fucking bothered by my family. I gave my sister almost like 600, or almost like yeah, about $600 plus maybe $800 max. Yeah, that could have been like a deposit to put down for rent, or like I could have bought me a PC, or I could have been doing a lot of shit. And I feel like these past like 3 years, I really haven't been doing anything, and it kind of sucks to think about because damn, especially 3 years of my life I just wasted, and it sucks. But yeah, like let me get back to what happened today. So I woke up. Yes, yesterday, but basically I woke up around 3 or so. And I played the video game, and I just like video games really are not speaking to me recently. And I think that's why I really want to start improving my life. outside of the. I think it's no like I don't know. It's like I've grown up. I don't know. It's weird. So I feel like I've grown past being playing video games. Like it doesn't interest me as much as it used to. I guess because when I was younger, I never played video games. If I did, it wasn't. It was like it wasn't my own game. Like I borrowed it from other people. But I feel like ever since I got my own video game, I started losing my love for it and like my creativity. Like it was like my creativity was like my imagination thing came to life for me basically. Then once I started playing too many video games, just started not liking them. I started like not wanting to play video games. I never really was into like playing video games, honestly. To be honest, I like watching people play video games, like watching like content. Really, that's what I like doing. I kind of like reading books. Like I just really never really found something I enjoyed, and I always had something else to do. It's like I never really had time to just. I think the only thing I really ever got a chance to enjoy in my life was watching anime. And I think that's really the only thing I've ever said. Like, okay, when it's time to watch anime, I've always enjoyed it. I've never been like bored. And really good, happy thoughts come when I think about like watching animation or Japanese animations. But yeah, I could get. So weird is that's how I got into my first like chat site. Like I used to be on this thing called Chat and Go when I was 9. This is when I also discovered the internet. Like, and I used to watch Naruto get and Bleach get. I think I watched Dragon Ball Z get though first. I watched all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, and then I watched Bleach before I watched Naruto. I want to say, yeah, I think I watched Bleach before I watched Naruto. Maybe I watched Naruto first. I don't know. I think it was Bleach. Because Bleach ended in 2011, right? 2012? 2015? Like the last episode was then? I can't remember. I don't remember when the last episode was, but I remember watching that, then watching Naruto. Just like I already loved Bleach before Naruto. And I watched like 10 episodes of One Piece, but I really couldn't get into watching it. I think I watched 10 episodes, and when I first started watching it, they were like 300 episodes in. So they were at like, what was it called? They were at like, it's before Saba Odi. It's like, I forgot. It's the one with Gecko Moria. I can't remember. It was basically Brooks' arc, basically, and I just really can't remember, to be honest, off the top of my head. But yeah, that's when I started watching anime. I came into like these websites. You see this little chat box at the bottom, and I used to see people talking. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I used to be just a anon. I just say wild shit as a little kid. What's so weird is like when you're a little kid, you just want reactions. You just want to feel emotions. And I think that's what's so weird is like younger, you feel a lot of like sporadic emotions. And once you become older, like you start feeling one certain emotion, or you just you're more controlled with your emotions. I think it's just weird. I can't really explain it, but yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about again? I think I was talking about my day. I woke up and then I woke up and I looked at my room. I was like, oh, it's still dirty. You know what I mean? I still felt horrible about my situation in life. Like I'm like negative $300 and in overdraft fees. Mostly because I have an addiction to eating food and like spending money that I don't have. And I went to work around 9. I got to work around 9. Well, I gotten late because I missed my bus. It went right past me. I got to work late, and I worked until 2 p.m. And then they let me go. And then, well, I got out early. Let me just rephrase that. They sent me home like 10 minutes. Well, they clocked me out like 10 minutes early. Well, they like, told me to like leave 10 minutes early, and I did. And then I would like basically stayed there until 5 because I had to do double shift. And I came back at 5, and I basically, work was work. It was a pretty nice day. I didn't really do much, but yeah. But yeah, work was work. It wasn't really that bad. I guess when I was on my break, my grandfather called me. He's just like, you're negative $300 in your bank account. Da da da. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, you gotta have better spending habits. Da 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 da. And what kind of makes me upset is just like it's not like, hey, what's going on? Like, are you okay? It's never, are you okay? It's always, you gotta do better. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. It's never like, hey man, you're struggling. Like, you're struggling with something. He could have been, because I know he's seen my room, and he still didn't say anything. He's just like, whenever he says, it's never like there's something going on. It's like he wants to ignore it. And I know I'm 23 years old, and I should realize that, like, I'm a grown man now, basically, and I need to do stuff for myself. But it's like, damn, it's like that's just an example of my whole entire life, like living here, like ever since I was 9, 10 years old. It's always been like this, where it's like he doesn't really care that much about what I'm doing. And basically, I have to just learn shit on my own, or just do shit on my own. And it's never been a time where I was just like, when I went to school, I barely had shit. Like, only I had shit because my cousin wanted to make sure we had to have stuff. And then she moved to Florida when I was, I want to say 15 or 16. And it was very hard to get stuff that it wasn't. But still, it's like, damn, my whole life is just like, this dude never gave a single fuck. It's like the fact that, okay, he got custody of me and my sister. I remember the court day. My dad, he like willingly gave up custody for me and my sister, or for me at least, to my grandfather, and he's basically the only one that appeared at the court date. You know what I mean? And I believe he said that it was just better. I was better off living with my grandfather because he had the means to take care of me. Really, I don't think that was true. I think my dad just wasn't. He just didn't have the work ethic that you would expect from a man with a son. But it wasn't. It sounds like a hot take, but it's true. It's just like my dad really. He really. I wouldn't say he was a failure. I feel like he was set up to fail as well. Or it's like he didn't have his dad in his life, and he had to basically like live on the streets to earn his keep. You know what I mean? And I guess I don't know what it was like being him back then. So I can't be mad at him for like his childhood and how it affected his like decisions, because he had multiple children. I was like the second youngest, or like the second to last kid that he had, and it was like he doesn't take care of any of them. So why should I feel like I'm important? Like like, I'm blessed to even talk to the man, or like have his number. Like, it's just like, it's weird because I still love my father, and I still like, I enjoy being around him. I feel like if he would have just applied himself more to being a father and taking care of his son, like I feel like he would have, he would have reached the potential that he had. Because like, weirdly, I feel like my dad would have been a great man, or like, I think he's a good man, but I feel like he could have been great. That's what I mean to say. Like, he's a good guy and he's nice. I'm not sure what I'm not gonna get into it, but because I don't want to dox my dad, but it's like he doesn't really do much. I feel like he had so much potential doing so many different things. Like when I hear him talk, he's funny as hell. And it's like he has so much insight about life. It's like he could have been anything he wanted to be, and he decided just to throw it away, kinda. Which is weird because it's like my dad. I can see the potential my dad had. Even when I was younger and I met him, like I talked to him, it's just like he's a kind man, and he had like he is because he's still alive now, and I feel like he just was wasted potential, but that's a lot of black men in the world where it's just like you don't have the guidance that you need. And I feel like my dad quit a lot as well, because when I used to hear stories about him like getting bronze, he didn't want the bronze medal, or he never saw it as something where it's just like, I never wanted to get bronze ever again. It's like he ended up just quitting, like his dream. Like I was like, damn, my dad really could did anything he wanted to in life. He just had to apply himself a lot more than he did. He had 7 kids, like 7 different women. So, that's just. I'm not saying my dad's a bad guy or anything. It's just I wish my dad was a better man just as much as I wish my mom was a better woman. But then it's like she wasn't raised with her father either. So how can you decide? How can you find a good man when like you don't really know what a good man is because your dad's a piece of shit? You know what I mean? Like he's in your life, which is worse. It's like I'd rather have an absent father than have a father that's a piece of shit and is just a horrible father, because then he can ruin your life even more. At least with an absent father, you know that your dad's not shit. He's not worth your time. But like with a father who's just who's just an asshole and treats you like garbage, and like I'm not sure what her relationship was with my grandfather when they were younger, but it seems like the favorite was always the oldest sibling, or like my oldest aunt. Because like it was his first kid. I don't know. It seemed like she was the one that was supposed to be more responsible, and I guess everybody else. My mom was the second oldest, so it was just like middle child type stuff. So she's probably ignored a lot of her life. It is what it is. I don't know. It's just when he was talking. Well, let's go back to the story, my topic. But when he was just calling me, he's just like, "You got to do this, you got to do that. You're negative 300. When are you gonna put it into the account?" I'm just like, bro, I'm not stressing about it because I know I'm gonna put it into the account. Like, I'm just tight on fucking money, bro. It's just like I have an addiction. I have a problem. And you see my problem. You literally can see it. And it's not like, yeah, I need help. But it's like, damn, bro. I remember I told my sister this not too long ago. I told her, like, I remember we were driving in a car one day. I was like 12 years old. And I asked my grandfather if we could get therapy. And he's like, you don't need therapy. Or like, like a counselor or something. Or like medication. And he's like, you don't need it. And I just stopped talking to him about that. Like ever since then, I feel like that was really the moment where I feel like my relationship really soured with him, because like, damn, we can't even get the help that we need, and there was a lot of shit going on at that point in my life where it's just like, man, this dude's an asshole, and I had to live with him for all my life. Like he had me like we're doing child labor for him, holding shit up for him, cleaning after him while he at his job, his shitty jobs. Or I'm a teenager, I'm a kid, and I want to do kid shit, bro. Like I haven't done kid shit. I was only witnessed nothing but bullshit and trauma all my life, and now you want me to go work and go do this shit. Like, bro, I don't want to spend time doing bullshit, bro. I want to do shit that I'm interested in. And I feel like that's what killed a lot of my like passion to do anything, because it's like, damn, I'm only gonna do what people tell me to do. And I feel like that's how it just came up. It's just like, I'm just gonna do what everyone tells me to do. I'm always gonna do everyone telling me to do. And it really just makes me angry to think about. It's like my life got ruined, and it's like I always feel like it's like ingrained in me now, where I feel like, oh, I care what people think, and it's like it's so bad because I care what people think. It's like I don't give a fuck what my grandfather thinks. I just go on whatever he says now, because it's like there's no point. I sit there and argue with him. I'm just gonna rage out. I might do something that I wouldn't want to do. Like, at the end of the day, you're not supposed to harm your family. No one's built to hurt their family. Like no man is supposed to hurt their family, regardless of how bad they treated you. It's like that's not you're not supposed to do that. Which makes it very hard, because there's some people who deserve the absolute worst treatment in the world. Like, I'm not saying he does, but it's just like, bro, you're an asshole. You're a hypocrite. You're this and you're that. It's like, whenever he tells me I need to do better at something, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I just want to be like, I just want to sound off and be like, yo, what the fuck? What about the shit that you need to do? What about the shit that you need to do? And shit that you haven't done all your life? You didn't raise your kids. All you did was provide them with a house to sit, like a house to live in, and maybe food. Maybe that. Like, oh wow, and clothing. Wow, it's great. You're a great job. You did exactly what you're supposed to do when you have children. wow, okay, you're slightly better than my own father, but then he's better than him at some aspects. It's just like he's what my father should have been. It's like my grandfather has a crazy work ethic, and it's like he always has his drive to just keep going. But he has no talent, and he's just like he has no like sense of anything. Like he's just a runt. Like I hate to say it, but it's like that's how I feel. It's like he's just a scumbag. I feel like I feel like he's the opposite of my dad. I feel like my dad had a lot of potential to do a lot of shit in the world, and he just wasted it. And my grandfather's like he does he works hard, but it's just like, bro, you make so many mistakes that you have to work hard to cover up your fucking mistakes. If you just stop making mistakes and try to be an actual good person and not try to hide shit, and not try to hide everything about your life, and actually try to be a good person for once, and treat people well, and not because you think it's just like he doesn't listen either. It's just like that's a weird thing. It's just my dad and my grandfather, opposite people, who lack what the other one has, which sucks to think about. Which really sucks to think about that, because I feel like emotionally my dad is around, and he does, like, like when I was younger, and like I used to talk to my dad about a lot of stuff and to hear his stories, and it used to make me feel better, because like, oh, my dad struggled with shit too. It's not like he's perfect. You know what I mean? It's like my dad was like the only boy in a house full of women, and he had to basically fend for himself because he wasn't raised by a man, so he doesn't know what it means to be a man. You know what I mean? But my grandfather was just an asshat. He's like, yeah, he works hard. Like, hey, I can give him this. Like, he works hard. He provides, and he does this and that. And he provides shelter, and he pays the bills, and this and that. But then he hangs it over your head. It's like, and today he's just like, you don't pay any bills. You don't do this. You don't do that. He said that a couple of days ago. That was like the same day I was thinking about getting my shit together. He's like, you don't do this, and you don't do that, and you don't do this. You don't pay bills. I was like, bro, I cooked dinner for me and my grandmother. And I left the dishes in the sink. I was going to come back to do them eventually. And he's like, I spent 2 hours in this kitchen, doing this and doing that. You don't know how to work. I'm just like, bro, I never said that. I told him, like, I never said that. He's like, what did you say? Like he's gonna do something to me. Like I hate that. I just despise that feeling. It's like, bro, you don't own me. Just because I stay here does not mean I owe you some shit. If you think, I guess that sounds a little snobby, but it's like, bro, it's like, wow, okay, if that's how he likes to threaten that he's gonna kick me out, and it's just like, bro, if that's the only thing you have to hold over someone's head, it's obvious. Like, it's like, bro, it's like if somebody cared about you enough, it's like, bro, sometimes I just like, you know what, let me do this for them, because it's like, you know what, you're right, I should do better. It's like, but it's just like at the same time, it's like, bro, this dude's an asshole. Like, I despise doing shit for him. And I hate to say that, but it's like he gets me upset. And it's like, I don't want to say anything because it's like, that's rude to talk to your grandparent like that. That's not true. And I'm just, I came up like that to try to be, treat your elders with respect and honor thy father and mother. But it's like, sometimes these motherfuckers don't deserve respect. They don't deserve honor. Or it's like, or whatever they deserve, they get the bare minimum of what you like, bro. Like, my respect for him is basically not saying shit to him. That's basically all the respect he deserves from me. Or not like sounding off on him. Because it's like, bro, not one time has he ever given me any consideration. It's like, you know what? When is his next game? Let me go ask him when his next game is. He was retired. He's been retired for 10 years, over 10 years. And like, not one time. And that's since I was basically 14. Not one time in my high school career did he actually, hey, I want to go to every single one of your games, grandson. I want to take time out of my day to go do something that you like to do. Or let's go do something. Like, he never wanted to build a relationship. It's like, bro, this motherfucker just, and wanted to use me as a tax write-off. Not that he can't use me as a tax write-off anymore. He wants to, it's just like, it makes me angry, basically. And then I guess let's get back to today. He basically called me. He's like, "When are you gonna do it?" I'm like, and I was like, I'm gonna be respectful and just say I'm Friday, cause that's when I get paid. I'm gonna put it in there. And, I'm just not gonna use that account anymore. I'm gonna leave that account dead for what it is, and just open my own bank account and figure it out from there. Cause I'm just tired of him pocket watching me and looking through all my shit. Cause recently he was looking through my mail. He's like, "Oh, you got this thing from Cash App. I didn't mean to open it, but I did." And it's like, bro, you opened that shit because you wanted to see what I had in there, or you wanted to see something. And he did that shit on purpose, and it's just like, bro, you know what? Fuck you, bro. And then he's looking at my books that I got for school, and he's just like, "Oh, you got some books due, or you got some books from school." I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I know they're there. I know they're there, bro. I know they're there. I don't like, bro. That shit makes me angry. And I guess the more I talk about it, the more riled up I get. But it annoys me. It's just like, it's never, with him, it's never, "Are you okay? How can I help you, grandson, that I know has had a shitty life for since he's been 9 years old, and can't get out of this rut, and doesn't, like, it's like, you gotta learn how to survive. You gotta, it's just like, bro, I don't even know how to, like, bro, I can barely manage to get myself to get out of my fucking bed every day. Like, I would have fucking, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if I'll, like, if this would get brought down. It was like, bro, sometimes I'd be thinking about fucking killing myself. It's like, bro, I'm better off dead than sitting here trying to survive. Bro, it's just like, I feel like I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. It's just like, every time I try to climb up a little bit, I get pushed down more. By people that are, by people, by my own family, by my own kin. So they're watching me climb this tightrope. And they're just like, you know what? Grab him by his fucking shirt. Say you can't do it, because I don't. It's just like, it's always been like, no matter what, it's never been encouraging. It's never been, "Hey, son, you can do whatever you want to do. Hey, son, if you apply yourself, you can do anything you want. You can do everything you want." It's just like, work, work, work. You gotta survive. You gotta do this. You gotta learn how to do this. So nobody. It's like, and his main thing is, you gotta learn how to do some maintenance, so you don't have to ask somebody to do it for you, or you have to pay someone to do it for you. It's like, motherfucker, bro. I'm 23. I barely can afford an apartment. If I get an apartment, the motherfucker's gonna have to do my shit anyway. Which makes me a little upset. Where it's just like, bro, you're just he's just out of tune with what the times are. Not one time he tried to understand anything about me or anything about anything that's going on. Which makes it very annoying, because it's like, bro, I'm not even, I shouldn't even talk to you, bro. And that's why I feel like recently I just really been adamant about changing my life. Because I'm just tired of just being beaten down and being told I can't do something because you didn't do it. Because he failed his life. And just because he worked hard and he tried to do something that he wanted to do, that his life got thrown away. And he had kids. That was his fault, bro. I feel like, this is just a theory that I have about him, is that he never really wanted to marry my grandmother. He probably just wanted to fuck her, and he got her pregnant, and he had to marry her. Well, I don't know, because apparently they got married and they had my aunt 2 years later. So I don't really know exactly what's going on with there, but maybe their marriage apparently soured eventually, and they sleep in different rooms, just old people shit. But they've been sleeping in different rooms since I was like 9 years old. So it's like, that's been years since then. It's like, bro, and he has his own little girlfriend too, which I didn't bring up till now. I feel like that's why I called him a hypocrite earlier, where it's just like, bro, this motherfucker, man, he is like, he tells me I have to be this, I have to be doing this and doing that. Bro, you can't even be a good man, a good husband to your wife, Like, bro, she doesn't have any money to her name. Every single dollar that she gets goes to his account, goes to his bills that he has to pay. And she hasn't paid a bill since they've been married. So it's like all that money has been in his pockets. And he's been the one basically throwing the money all around. And doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And yeah, he's a cheap person, so he probably has a lot of money saved, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, what the fuck are you doing with all that money? You should be using it, like, you should be putting it back out into the world, bro. That's how you how you supposed to use money you earn or whatever. I don't know. It's like I guess I don't have it figured out. I'm not as old as him, but it's like, bro, you can have old fools. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're wise. Sometimes you just luck into living, or you fail successfully. It was like he has a wife that basically just lets him do whatever the fuck he wants. But she's very subservient, and it sounds like she says that he used to hit her and stuff. And I've definitely heard him talk about hitting her with shit. So it's not like it's new. Like recently, it's been recently where I've been hearing him like approach her. Like I've been in the basement, that's where my room is, and I hear him approach her with his little cane or some shit and try to hit her with it, or like threaten to hit her with it. And it's like, bro, this dude's a fucking demon. Like he really is. Like he tries to act like a nice, good man outside the house. But like, man, when he's here, he's just a fucking grumpy old coot. And he's just so fucking annoying. It's like that's what makes me so angry. He's fake as fuck. It makes me want to put my fucking hands on him. But it's just like, it's not right to do. It's not right to do. And that's why I just want to be gone and be done with this, because it's just like my life has never really been good at all for years upon years. And it's always been like that. I'm just tired of just waiting for something to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just time to go try to get it, or just go find my true purpose. Because I'm getting tired of just hoping that someone can save me, or just hoping that I die. Because like that was my first thought. It's just like, maybe I don't want to, like, I ever had a morbid thought where I don't want to live past 50. Like, by the time I turn 50, I want to be over and done with life. And now I'm almost halfway there. I'm like, man, I still haven't died yet. What the fuck, bro? Like, I have an addiction with eating. I throw up. It's like not once have I ever went to like a shock, or like you pass the fuck out. Cause you know what's so crazy is, I probably would have been dead anyway. Cause no one ever checks on me. No one ever it's not constant. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't check on people either, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't really, I hate to say it, but it's like, I don't really know. Like, all the relationships I ever had with anyone in my life, they were always soured at some point. And I've never really had anyone I could truly rely on all the time. And whereas like, they actually care about my life. It's like, I have friends and shit, and I have, like, but, it's like, it's different. It's not like, I know it's selfish to say, but it's like, I really don't feel like there's anyone out there that's like, oh, how's he doing today? I really worry about him. I really hope he's okay. If not, it's just like, it just, so that's why I just feel like I'm just gonna air out all my dirty laundry. I can hope that does something. And if nothing happens, I can prove my hypothesis right and not give a fuck about what anyone has to say. And just live my life from then on. That's my plan. And I know I went on a tirade, but I really need to get that out. I really do. But after that break, he called me. I went to work, and came back home. I was going to walk home, try to be more active, but it started raining. So that was kind of dead. I didn't want to walk out in the rain with no umbrella. That would have been horrible. I would have gotten a cold. I kind of already have one, but yeah. That was it for me. I think that's what I want to talk about today is my grandfather. Let's talk about like how shitty he's been to me all my life. Just like, and sometimes like I hate to say it, like I wanted to end the video now, but I wanted to add that it's like sometimes I wish that he never took custody of us and just let us go to foster care, because maybe I would have been better off, or at least at least I would have known my life would have been shitty. You know what I mean? Or I could have figured like live with some white people. What sucks to say, but that's the truth. Is like I wish my life would have been better, or I wish my dad would have been a better guy and took care of me, like him giving me up in the court actually. Because and I remember him telling me that it was mostly because my grandfather had the means to take care of me and means to provide, basically. And it's like, bro, that's not what I want. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. And I couldn't sum it up when I was that younger to tell him that, because like that's not what I care about, bro. That's never been that. Like for a child, that's never been what they care about. Kids do not give a fuck about money, bro. Kids care about the memories that you make with your father and your mom. It's like I have good memories with my dad, but it's only on the weekends. It's only been like 2 days out of the week for months. So like maybe 6-7 days. So maybe a week out of a month I spend with him. Then every other day I'm at home, just in my own world, online, not getting any guidance in life. It's like I wish I would have had better like, you know, I wish I was raised by a family, or in a family that actually cared. I know every family has their own shit and their own bullshit they have to deal with, because nobody family's perfect. And even if they had all the money in the world and all the love in the world, there's going to be something that goes wrong. That's just life. But yeah, I think that's going to end it for me today. I've definitely said a lot about a lot of shit. But well, maybe I should add. I'm going to start making a plan for myself, like how I'm going to save money to try to get my own place by next October. I want to save as much money as possible, or only spend stuff for like my PC setup, and then try to get my own place and just spend and save money as much as I can. I want to try to save $10,000. I know it's going to be very hard to do, because this year is very dependent on my schooling. So if I do good in this semester or next semester, I can maybe be able to go to my old school, but then I have to pay money to go there, so it's like it's really rough. I might not even do it. I might just try to be a manager at my store and just work on this TikTok thing and see if TikTok content creator thing and see how that goes. I know it's a very faulty dream and but it's like, you know, I'm tired of just doubting myself. I want to actually do something in the world and be impactful. At least try. You know what I mean? At least I would say, you know what, I've done everything before I die. Just like, hey, I've done literally everything I possibly could have to make it, or, you know, do something to change someone's life. And if I don't by the time I die, then that is what it is. And it's just that. But yeah, that's the next step, to clean my room, save money, buy me a PC, and then go from there and get my own place by the end of next year, or by October of next year, at least by September, October. I don't know. I have to figure something out, because then I have to pay. I've been talking to my sister about getting an apartment, which is so weird, because my sister and my mom, it's like I'm gonna be living with my sister again, basically, and my mom, because someone's gonna take her mom. She's 50 years old and she's gonna get kicked out again, and she needs somewhere to go. I really don't want her to, it's just, I think she's better off being an old person and just staying at home, because she's getting into her own trouble with like talking to guys online and shit. Like, my mom is just gonna be crazy as fuck all my life, so that's gonna be annoying, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you for listening. If you do end up listening, enjoy the rest of your night, or whenever you're listening to this, or if anyone ever gets a chance to listen to this. Thank you for listening.